What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, coming at you with another episode of Hockey Mask Time. Now, before I get started, let us bow our heads and recite the HMT motto, shall we? A man will only take so much disrespect, and it's only a matter of time before he finally decides today's the day. Gentlemen, I am about to present to you the greatest HMT story ever told. And by the end of it, I know you will be in agreement. Now, this article was published April 28th, 2010. Police say Dallas man decapitated his wife with chainsaws. Boy, I tell you, Leatherface could definitely take a lesson from this guy. Now, let me just go ahead and say this right here. Woo! Police searched Wednesday for a Texas man authorities say used 2 chainsaws to decapitate his wife before leaving her carcass in the street near their suburban Dallas home. Wow! He literally returned her to the streets. Maria Corona's carcass was found at around 11 a.m. Monday by a postal worker outside the family's one-story brick home in Louisville, located about 25 miles outside of Dallas, according to authorities. Police arrived at the home shortly after the mail carrier dialed 911 and found a trail of blood from the carcass to the home, according to a search warrant affidavit. 2 chainsaws with blades covered in blood were on the tailgate of a pickup truck in the driveway. One of the chainsaws was still running, the affidavit said. Police said an arrest warrant had been issued for 49-year-old Jose Fernando Corona, charging him with the termination of his wife. Witnesses in the neighborhood did hear a chainsaw running, but that was all they heard, Louisville Police Captain Kevin Deaver said. It was, quote unquote, an extremely gruesome scene. The method of deletion was brutal. His words: the couple's daughter, Carla Corona, 23, and her husband, Freddie Arellano, who also lived at the home, showed up after police were at the scene. Arellano told police he and his wife were picking up their daughter from school when Jose called them and said, quote unquote, he done it. He had offlined her and was going to drag her carcass next door, according to the affidavit. Carla and Arellano did not immediately return a message left by the Associated Press. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner released autopsy results Wednesday that said Maria was alive when she was decapitated. The cause of deletion was multiple chainsaw injuries due to assault by another person. Jose Corona has no prior criminal history, Deaver said. Police who declined to release the postal worker's 911 call, never responded before to the home for any type of disturbance. Police, noting that Jose had friends and family across the state and in Mexico, have asked the state and federal authorities for help in locating him. He was last seen driving a gold-colored 1991 Ford Ranger pickup truck, which police said he stole from a car dealership after taking it for a test drive about 3 hours after the offlining. The Toyota SUV police believe Corona left his home in was found Wednesday, abandoned in a parking lot in Bedford, a Dallas-Fort Worth suburb. Police said they're getting a search warrant for the vehicle. Current status is he remains at large. Well. Gentlemen, I do believe that this is the first guy in HMT history that is still on the run. Gentlemen, like I said, this guy is the GOAT of HMT. I think we can all agree. Brutal method, body out in public, still on the run. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to that scorecard, shall we? For location, went down in their home. Got to give it a 10. Method of execution. This guy went Chainsaw Charlie for all of my old wrestling fans. I got to give this a 40. Psychological impact. Her body was in the street. They said it was a gruesome scene. I got to give it a 60. Brutality factor. We all know what chainsaws can do to wood. Imagine what it's doing to a body. Yeah, I'm going to give the brutality factor a 50. I also have to give a 20 for the uniqueness factor. And just because he's still on the run, I'm going to go ahead and throw another 20 on top of it. So Jose, Chain Sword Corona, gets a score of 200. Yeah, gentlemen, this guy does not need a golden mask. He doesn't even need a platinum mask. He has the coveted title of the GOAT of HMT. I do not think I'm going to be able to find something to top this. Yeah, I know for the longest time, HMT 187 was the top. I mean, it did go down in public. He had a mask on. He took a knife to her, and the entire world could see. However, we're talking about a time before social media. So yeah, this guy right here, wow. And the cherry on top, 14 years later, he is still on the run. Hell, even America's Most Wanted featured him. Like I said, this guy is the HMT GOAT. I don't think anybody's going to be able to top him. And if they do, it's going to have to be something extraordinary. It's going to have to be. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Read the article. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my assessment, or would you give him even more points for something? Let me know in the comments section. But for all you women out there who still believe, even back then, that you're somewhat protected by society's quote unquote force shield, you need to understand this, and you need to understand this crystally clear. The power society has led you to believe that you have, and the protection that society has led you to believe that you have, that can and will go out instantly. Feminism and the idea that the Duluth model that a lot of you women love to believe that's going to protect you, that will go out right along with it. Because they said this guy had no priors. The question that remains, what could have driven him to such a brutal execution of his wife? So far, he's still on the run. So the world may never know. But one thing is for damn sure. When a man no longer fears the consequences of his actions, he will act, even if it is an extremely brutal act. He will act. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am out.
Woke up, murder on my mind, yeah. Losing all my hope, yeah. I'ma do the crime, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill.